It's just Terry today. Man, my mouse didn't want to work there for a second. I'm clicking and clicking and clicking. It's like
Nothing was happening.
It's one of those days where, it's starting to warm up a little bit around Chicago. And with the warm up comes the growing of things. And I don't know if you can hear it, but I sound very Chicago-y today, very nasally because those allergies are just through the roof today.
Yeah, I can hear it. Absolutely.
Oof. Yeah, it's never any fun. So I got to guess I start taking some Claritin or something, right?
Yeah, that works for me. So
I'm allergic to some days like yesterday. I hope it's one of those weeks where we're off one day, on one day, and then back, and then off, and then on. And today's card, I think, at Turfway Park is going to be interesting, Terry, because when you run through, when you run through the numbers, it's kind of hard to tell which ones are the fast ones, which ones are the slow ones, which ones are the medium ones, which ones are going to close. And all the numbers look the same. It's a pack of horses that, real no standouts.
Yeah, that's true. And I was really disappointed yesterday because going into that last race, I had 4 horses in the pick 4, and I thought for sure I should get something. Mm-hmm. And actually, really odd because the only horse I had ran 4th. The other 3 didn't even get in the monies.
Yeah, there was some strange races yesterday. Like, for example, that race where we talked about where I mentioned the one horse ran 3 seconds faster than the other horse.
Yeah.
What in the hell? A mile and an eighth. The horse runs a 21 in the opening quarter and a 45 half. And I'm like, who does this horse think he is?
Yeah, I said he's dead. So,
but then the thing is, everything went behind him, and the horse that won kind of wiggled its way through and just like, it's like, okay, I had enough of this. And he looked like he was running a 21 and 45, not because he was, but because everybody else was walking.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So it was
a strange day. Anyway, so, and usually we do pretty well at Gulfstream Park too. So yesterday was kind of the exception.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I was doing okay until that last leg. So, I don't know what to say about that. But anyway, so
be it. But you did hit your box up for a nice exacta, nice trifecta. So that was a good thing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lionel. I hope I know some people go Lionel, some people go Lionel. I'm going to go with Lionel because the most famous of them all on the planet, Lionel Messi, pronounces Lionel. So thank you for the thumbs up. We appreciate that. You ready to go to Turfway Park under the lights tonight, Terry?
Absolutely.
Kentucky?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Me too. So like I said, this race is this card is completely crazy wide open. And you can see right from the get-go, I'm surprised how much agreement we had on stuff because of how wide open the card appeared. And then I look at our picks just now and I see a lot of commonality. So that surprises me. So race 1, and get used to this, Terry. It's 1 mile on the all-weather track. There are a bunch of 1 mile races today. This one's an allowance, $30,000 for fillies that are 3 years old that have not started for a claiming price of $30,000 or less. And they've never won 2 races. So why don't you tell us why you like the 3? And did I mistype that, or do you have a horse I just don't have?
No, I don't think so. I like number 3, Rhubarb Martini. Won its last race at Turfway Park with Smokin' Joe Talamo in the irons.
Your favorite jockey. Last time you didn't play him, and you paid for it.
I did. Yeah, he beat me. So anyway, he returns again to ride this horse, and the trainer wins 17% of the time after a maiden win. After having a maiden win and then returning to the races. Then I like number 7.
Good morning, Therese.
Yeah, Shamosh. I don't know how to pronounce that.
What's number 7?
Yeah, number 7.
Okay, let me take a crack at number 7.
All right.
Schlomifts.
Schlonitz?
No, okay. Schlafnitz. Schlaf. Again, another German name. Schlaf means sleep. Mitz, I think, means with. So sleep with. I guess that's what that means. I'm really not all this. I don't really know all these languages. My grandparents came from Germany, and they spoke in German around the house. So I understood what they were saying, but never could really speak German. In fact, I took German. I listened to my whole life growing up. I took German in like high school to try to get should be an easy class for me. Oh my Lord. Horrible.
Hard,
I figured all you had to do, and I get to do this because I'm German, so I figured all I had to do is act like I was angry when I was speaking.
Yeah.
I would get an A, but that's not how it worked.
Yeah, I took French in 8th grade and got the only D in my school years that I ever got. But anyway,
I
Yeah, Como Talibu. Number 7, one last race at Turfway Park, and the jockey trainer combination has in the last 14 days won 2 out of 3 starts. And then number 4, Rista, won the last race at Turfway Park, receiving the highest last race speed rating, and her best all-weather speed is faster than any of the starters today. The number 1, still carrying on, won her last race at Turfway Park, and the rail position is winning at an 18% clip. This trainer wins 21% of the time when bringing a horse back that he uses Lasix on for the second time.
I'm going to start with Schloff Mitz, the sleep with top lace pace figure by a pretty big margin here. At a race, Terry, 1 mile. I forgot to go through the profile of a winner. There's 132 races, a lot of them. And they're going to run a lot of them today, too. It was an exact 50-50 split between horses that were on the lead or horses that came from off the pace. So very fair surface and distance. 29 of the 132 went wire to wire. And you have an inside 3 bias, but if you catch the number 4 or above, there's really not much difference. So, and it's a slight inside 3 bias, not that big a deal. Anyway, Schloff Mitz has the top late pace figure by a big margin. Trainer must have liked what he saw in that last race because he ran on February 26th, so just a couple of days ago. Be right back at it. And then actually, even in between there, had a good workout, which is crazy, and has the top pedigree for the field. So certainly has the genetics to withstand all that running, I guess. Rosada had the top last race speed figure by a little bit over the next closest horse. But what I liked is internally in the race, the horse showed some nice improvement in the 2 furlong, 4 furlong, and late pace. And in between races, put it in a bullet workout. So that's a nice thing as well. Crispy Rice, everybody likes that. Pop, Snapple, Crap, or something like that.
Yep.
Was it Snap, Crackle, Pop, right? Man, you just don't see those commercials made anymore. But anyhow, the horse did run some of the best fractions last out in the opening quarter mile. And again, it's a 50-50 surface, so you can win from the front, the middle, or the back. 3 consecutive speed figure increases. And to go along with that early speed, the horse did show some nice late race improvement last time out. So maybe it can connect part A to part B to part C, finds its way into the winner's circle. And then still carrying on is I think it might be the only E horse, and I classify E as the horses that have like the ones in the early on the first call. So your speed, you're like real front runners. Yeah. So it's the only horse in the field with that sort of lumber for me. Gets second time Lasix, which sometimes is better than first time Lasix. And he had a couple of maintenance workouts in between its last race. Race number 2, Terry, as I mentioned, you better get used to this. Distance is 1 mile, and all of these are on the all-weather track. This one's made in claiming $30,000 for a purse of $29,000. Again, just a quick rundown on the profile of the winner. You have to have, it doesn't matter if you're speed or you're a closer at the distance, only 29 out of like 130 something went wire to wire. And then if you got an inside 3 number, it's a little bit better than any other number. So it's really a very fair surface and distance. Fire away on why you think number 2 here has the best chance to win race 2.
Yeah, number 2, Honky Tonk Hero. He finished 3rd versus similar in his last race, and he earned the highest last speed rating. And then number 4, Inspirational Point, ran 6th in the last race after steadying most of the way. And then, a couple of times. And then drops in class today. The trainer wins 22% of the time when he takes a horse from maiden to maiden claiming race. And then the trainer jockey combination, as I said before, is doing really well. Number 1, Master McGrath. Rail Post is winning an 18% clip, and he drops in class today. And then number 6, Brown Delivers. Drops in class today. The trainer wins 22% of the time when he puts blinkers on for the first time. And this horse's best all-weather speed is fastest among today's starters.
I'm going to start with Inspiration Point. It's taking the Tom Carley drop. Tom, if you're out there, what's happening, my friend? If you're not, where have you been? But anyway, moving from that maiden special weight, maiden claiming, 3rd off, a layoff. So you should see some improvement in this race, especially since we saw some improvement in the first half of the race last time out. And this one's not a cheapie, Terry. This is in your zip code, right? What was it, 90921 or whatever, the Beverly Hills zip code? This is a $725,000 horse. What is a $725,000 horse doing here? It's probably here to win.
Yeah.
Got to start
probably.
making back some of that money, man.
Yeah.
Honky Tonk Hero showed some really strong first half of the race improvement for the half mile, the quarter mile. Jockey, the trainer must have saw something that really inspired him because horse last ran on February the 16th. So that's a pretty quick turnaround. And that race was the top last race speed figure for this group. Brown delivers sometimes on time.
Yep.
There's another one that's making the same drop as Inspiration Point, has the top late pace number. So if this is a race where the closer wins, then Brown delivers will deliver because he'll be charging late. He's got to get those deliveries in before that clock hits and he's off the clock and he's still on the job.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the horse does have some pretty good early pace too. If you go back, rewind a little bit in the past performances. Number 5, Azuro. Has the top early pace numbers by a little bit, has run the fastest quarter mile fractions. And again, when you look at these races, it's kind of hard to figure out who's going to do what. Like if you try to do the pace of the race sort of thing, the shape of the race. And if it's not a fast race and Azuro gets to the front, could be one to catch and maybe they won't.
Yeah.
Race number 3, Terry, is 6.5 furlongs. This one is an all-weather race, claiming 5,000 non-winners have won their all-weather race is at Turfway Park. And this is my box it up. Since we have a little bit more time than we usually do, because usually we're pressed up against the horse races starting, we can go a little bit earlier in some of these. So I like this race here at 6.5 furlongs for my box it up because I have some prices in here. I think the race is wide open, and if it hits, it could be a really nice one. At 6.5 furlongs, Terry, it's 63 races, a little bit more of a bias at this distance with 40 of them winning by speed, 20 of the 63 winning wire to wire, and there is an inside-out bias. So, of course, I go with the 2 outside horses because I'm such a good handicapper. I can always go against the biases. But number 9, Magna G-Force, has the tie for the top pedigree. Has the tie for the top early pace and late pace combination. And if you look at the past performances, you'll see that it's moving into the race position ladder. Number 8, Avindia Manana. Manana. Yeah, I guess. It's the other one, the tie for the top pedigree. It does have the top early pace advantage over the rest of the field by a little bit. And I saw some really nice 4 furlong and 6 furlong improvements last out. So 6 furlongs is the late 6.5. So that second half of the race, you should see the 8 horse coming on. Number 1, Bright Venezuelan. I figured too, Terry, in typing this out, I wanted to have the race where I had to type the most to put the names in. These long names. Bright Venezuelan should be better in the second off a layoff. If the horse is run at Turfway Park 2 times, Terry, and it's finished twice as the runner-up, has the fastest opening fractions or amongst the fastest opening fractions last out. And I expect in a race where speed will matter, she'll be on the go from the get-go. And then finally, Lady Leah, this is one that if it can hold the stretch, hold the lead into the stretch, be really hard to beat because when you look at the past performances, gets to the lead and usually fades around the 4 furlong marker. But if in the stretch, Lady Leah is on the lead, the horse that's making the only drop in the field, basically from $27,000 to $14,000 purse, Lady Leah could take them from gate to wire. So that's my box it up. $1 exacta box, 50-cent trifecta box, 10-cent superfecta box, 4 horses. Who do you like here, Terry?
Yeah, I like number 9, Magna G-Force, which is your top choice also.
You should like third because you're in my computer.
Yeah, I know. We could get exactly the same picks in the same
exactly
order.
In this one, which is kind of
Yeah.
in the right order.
Yep, that's true. They should mix them up. Anyway, finished third versus similar at Turfway Park last time out. And has a high percentage winning jockey in the irons. And then number 8, Avina Manana,
maybe something like that. Yeah, banana, maybe, yeah.
Banana.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, she ran second versus similar in her last race, and she can improve at a shorter distance. Number 1, Bright Venezuelan, ran second versus similar in the last race, and the rail post is winning at 20% clip. And then number 7, Lady Leah. Now, she drops in class today, and the trainer wins 25% of the time when dropping an entry down 2 classes. And the shorter distance can help her. Her best all-weather speed is fastest among today's starters.
Yes. So that's my box it up. It could be your box it up too, Terry, because we agree exactly. Did you get a chance last night to tune in and check out Jose Ortiz?
I did. It was a good. Yeah, I like that guy. He smiles a lot, and he's very, knowledgeable. Yeah, he was really good. So,
Yeah, and we talked a lot about the current Kentucky Derby race for the Roses to get into the race itself. So, and we talked because he's been on a couple of horses that I think are going to be a part of the mix, and you might want to check that out. And he was on a horse that actually beat Unjo, the one that just won the Rebel, which was I wrote it down and I don't know what I do with my notes. I'm so terrible with my notes, Terry. But
blame it on the allergies.
Nah, blame it on the idiot, right? A bad craftsman blames his tools, Terry, right? So,
Yeah.
But in any case, tonight we're going to have on, you're going to be able to check out Ramon Vasquez, who actually just won the Rebel. So it'd be interesting to talk to him about that. He's off to Santa Anita, where there are 3 stakes races that Ramon has a mount in. And this weekend of Stronach, what is it? Stronach, right? Stronach Group, where they're Stronach Group, where they have races at Gulfstream Park and at Santa Anita that they're calling Super Saturday. So Terry and I will be covering some of those Super Saturday picks, probably the ones, some of them at Gulfstream, and the ones that we don't, and we'll clean up Santa Anita, what we don't cover tonight at 9:30 with Ramon Vasquez. If you want to check that out, make sure you subscribe right here on YouTube at Horse Racing Radar TV. And then, or you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at Horse Race Today. And our Swiss Army Sean will let you know when we're about to kick off with Ramon, which should be a fun show. I look forward to it. I want to talk to him about that horse that he just won with, right? I think his name is One Eye because the horse has one eye.
Yeah, really weird.
Or blind in one eye or something like that. I don't know exactly. I think
I think he lost it when a branch from a tree came down on it. Yeah, got in it. So
that's no fun. Poor horse.
It actually, I think it broke and fell into it. So I don't think
he ran into it.
Yeah. Well, the branch. I don't think he ran into it. I think it just broke, and that's what happened. So.
No fun. So race number 4 is back to Turfway Park tonight. This one will be at 7:46, 6:46, so about 2 hours before we get started. This one is 6 furlongs, Terry. It is a maiden claiming 5,000. So bottom of the barrel. Why not make it your best bet? Right? 6 furlong races. They've had 75 of them. 43 won by speed. 22 going wire to wire. There is just a slight inside bias from posts through 1 through 7. And if you catch a number 8 or plus, there's a small penalty, not a deal killer, so to speak. I'm going to start off with the Soles of Her Shoes as my best bet, only horse in the field. And I think, if I remember correctly, the only one on the card, I could be wrong about that, but the only one I can recall that ran a last race speed figure above par for this group, has the fastest quarter-mile fractions that any horse in this field has produced. Quick turnaround, ran last on February the 19th. And on that February 19th race, the horse did show some much better numbers at the quarter mile and half mile marker. So I think Soles of Her Shoes gets towards the front. If it can run its last race, my best bet should come home when the photo session. You like the 6-2. You just didn't make it your best bet.
Well, I was between that and the one I use as my best bet. So
you were going to use it.
Yeah, it was pretty close. Anyway, number 6, Soles of Her Shoes. She finished 3rd versus a lot tougher race horses in her last race and earned the highest last race speed rating. Drops in class today for this contest. The number 1, Top Hat Boss, finished 3rd versus similar in last race. Best all-weather speed, as fastest among today's starters. Then number 7, Devilish Truth, drops in class today. May improve while returning to a sprint. Number 9, Keep Scrolling, has a decent workout on January 9th of 48.4 breezing, 8th best out of 58.
So behind my 6, I do have Keep Scrolling. 4 consecutive speed figure increases, does have the top early pace. So when the gates open, it should be one that gets forwardly placed. And it and the 6 horse don't really have a lot to get out in front of it because there's really not a lot of early pace in this race. Top Hat Boss is probably the most consistent performer in here. Did run some good fractions last time out, but it's consistently like average, right? I mean, it's never really good, not really bad. So if it just runs its normal race, will probably finish about where I have him, 3rd. If it runs its best, maybe has a shot to win. And if it runs its worst, probably fourth. Dimples of Venus is getting a small weight break, showed some minor late race improvement in its last race. So maybe the combination of getting better and carrying a little bit less weight should mean that this horse does a little bit better. And I do like when you get a little bit of a weight break and then you show me some late pace improvement and then you have some early pace numbers on top of that. So that should be a decent combination for Dimples of Venus. Race number 5, Terry, is the Race of Death. And the Race of Death, we go back to 1 mile. And I think every race from here out is 1 mile on the all-weather surface, as they all are. 132 races split evenly between speed, closers, stalkers. You have a light inside 3 bias, but if you catch the number 4 or up, not much difference in terms of win percentages. It's all pretty fair. So in the Race of Death, we both have the 5, the 8, the 4, and the 2, just in slightly different order. We agree on the 5, we agree on the 2, mix up the 8 and the 4 in the middle, and you got Terry and Rich's picks. Ivory's a gold treasure. Why?
Well, I like that horse because she ran second versus similar in her last race and received the highest last race speed rating. And this trainer jockey combination the last 14 days have won 2 out of 6 starts. Then I like number 8, a Miller. Anyway, finished third versus similar in the last race. She likes Turfway Park, finishing in the money 75% of the time, and can handle the distance that she's finished in the money 66% of the time at today's distance. Then number 4, Edgy Angels. Did not finish her last race after bumping into another horse, so I'm going to throw that out because she fell.
At the very end of the race.
Yeah. She drops in class today, has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and her best all-weather speed is fastest among today's starters. They're going to put blinkers today. Maybe that's why she pumped and fell when she didn't have blinkers on. Number 2, Never Say No, Let's Go. Finished second in her last race at Turfway Park and won the race before that at today's distance.
Ivory's gold treasure is the top early pace, late pace combo, number 5, in race number 5. Second off a layoff, so I am expecting better. It does have the top last race speed figure, and I misspoke in the last race because this is another one on the card. It might be the only other one that has a top last race speed figure above par for this level. And that race was ran on February the 11th, so the trainer turns this one right around. Edgy Angel at Turfway Park has run 5 times, 2 wins, 0 seconds, and a third. At the distance, 4 times, 2 wins, and a third. Horse should be a little bit better, as you mentioned, Terry, in its second race off the layoff, but did have that collision late and fell. So I must feel that the trainer thinks the horse is okay because that race was on February the 24th, not all that long ago. So hopefully she's sound. Yes, Isa Miller, top late pace figures in this field by a long stretch. And then I was going to rate this one a little bit higher, Terry, but it's absolutely a Turfway Denzel. Horse has run at Turfway 12 times, 1 win. So it's been in the winner's circle, 5 seconds and 3/3. So 9 out of 12 in the money, just most of the time collecting either exacta or trifecta dough. Never Say No, Let's Go. Run decently fresh. So the horse comes off the bench and has a couple of not very good works, but we'll call them maintenance work, give her the benefit of the doubt since February the 2nd. So as I mentioned, race number 5 is the Race of Death because it connects the opening pick 4 and the late pick 4. Instable Turkey. Thank you, Boris. How's everything? Is that Barris Civic? How's everything in Turkey? I see some novellas on TV from Turkey, and it's lucky. It's good to be a guy in Turkey, I think. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at the prime rib. We have the hot dog pick 4 here, right, Terry?
Yes, we do.
And we both agree $18, except you went fat on the top and bottom. I went fat in the middle. So I went with the dad bod.
That's right. You did. I thought the 2 in the second race was a little more wide open. So, and I tell you the truth, I like to go either 3 or 4 in that first leg because I hate to get knocked out. But I like the 2-4-1, and then the second leg, I like the 9-8. The third leg, I like the 6-1, and in the fourth leg, I like the 5-8-4.
Let's talk about that for a second because yesterday you got knocked out in the last leg.
That's right.
Right. So you say you don't like to get knocked out in the first leg.
Yeah.
But my experience is that if I'm going to lose, I'd rather get it out of the way, because when you get to that last leg and you're still alive, you're going through the payouts to see how much you could possibly make, and you start thinking about how I'm going to spend that money. If you lose in the first race or the second race, you never, you know what's worse to me? You win the first one with a shot and then you lose the second one because you're like, okay, I'm in at the start with a big number. Now I got a chance to really collect. And then you get really heartbroken in that second race when that price goes off in the first and you miss. But when you get to the last leg and you're still alive and you're counting that money chickens before they hatch, so to speak, to me, that's the most painful, because you lose and you're like, because you already had that money spent somewhere.
That's right. And yesterday in that first leg on the, I actually hit the 6-horse, won that first leg, was my top pick.
Mm-hmm.
So I could have just went a single. But let me tell you the reason. A lot of people don't agree with this, but if I get through to that last leg and I have like 4 horses, like I did yesterday, I'll take and make bets on the ones I don't have that have at least 5-1 odds or more.
And so you'll hedge.
So many times I've collected money, which is not only sometimes made it even, but give me some profits. So
give you a little bit of money back in the bank.
That's right. And there's a few times I don't hit anything, so I'm very sad. But it works out for me. That's why I do that, and
don't
why
be
I
sad,
like to.
Terry. Don't be sad.
Race
number 6, Terry, is the second leg of the late pick 5. It is your box it up, where you're going to take $1 exacta box, 50-cent trifecta box, 10-cent superfecta box, 4 horses, put them all together and see what comes out on those exacta tries and superfectas. Race number 6, as I mentioned, is another 1-mile race, because they're all 1 mile coming down the stretch. It is a claiming $8,000 race. Again, 50-50. There's really no advantage to being a stalker closer. You want to be maybe a little bit to the inside. And that's about it. Hold on to your tiara. It starts your picks, Terry. You take us through them.
All right. I like number 2, as you said, hold on to your tiara. Won the last race at Turfway Park and has a high percentage winning trainer. Rail Post is winning at an 18% clip. Then I like the number 1A Seaward. Won last 2 races at Turfway Park, going for the hat trick. And of course, I get as a bonus, I get the other entry too.
Yes, indeed.
If none of them get scratched. Number 5, Moonlight Rain, drops in class today. Has a high percentage winning jockey. The trainer wins 24% of the time when bringing a beaten favorite back to race. And her best all-weather speed is fastest among today's starters.
Terry, let's rewind 1 second.
Yeah.
So you like the 1A, but you have that Terry angle when there's an entry. So why don't you explain why you wouldn't be all that upset if the 1A gets scratched?
Okay. The 1A did get scratched because I now just see the scratches came. But why I like it is because a lot of times that trainer knows which horse he thinks has got the best chance to win. And so many times I see they'll scratch the one part of the entry. And a lot of times it's the part I think's the best horse. And then the other horse seems to win. So
that's right. You're saying is trainer knows best.
That's right. The trainer does know best. So anyway, and then let's see. Number 7, Rehot Katie finished 3rd versus Tougher in the last race, receiving the highest last speed rating.
So we'll kind of walk back through the scratches in a minute because they just came out. So we'll do the best we can. We'll keep all of our picks up there at horseracingtoday.net when we post it. Our recap on our store and in our notes. So for me, race number 6, Terry, looking at my selections, I agree with you. Ivory's Gold. I'm at number 6. We're on race number 6, right?
Yes.
So I have the 7 horse as my top pick. That is Red Hot Katie. Top last race speed figure in this field, and did so by showing a lot of late push in that last race. Also tied for the top pedigree. Horse has put 3 consecutive speed figure increases on the board and has run well at Turfway Park. It's been at the track 11 times, won 3 of them, 2 seconds, 2/3. So in the money, 7 out of 11. Hold on to your tiara. Your top pick is my second pick. Probably the most versatile horse in this group, because this one can sit off the pace or it can also take the lead if need be, which can work out well at this 50-50 distance. The horse does have some of the top early pace numbers in the field. I'm expecting the horse to do a little bit better in its 3rd start off a layoff, and another that's walked up the speed figure ladder, 3 increases in a row. Moonlight Rain was the favorite in its last spot. Trainer Markey rebounds, won 98 out of the last 391 times he returned to the track with a horse that was the favorite and lost the last time out. On the all-weather surface, the horse has run 16 times, 5 wins, 2 seconds, and 2/3. You take that horse off the all-weather and stick it on grass, or you stick it on dirt, just 2 wins in 20 races, and the other to tie for the top pedigree. So clearly, this horse, his pedigree is made for all-weather.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our closure is a Turfway horse that ran 8 times there, 1 win, 3 seconds, and a third, so 5 out of 8. Another one that performs pretty well on the all-weather track, hitting the synthetic surfaces 17 times, coming in the money 10 of those times, half of them, 5 of them being wins. And it's one of 3 horses in the field that's making a small drop. $3,000, 27 last time out to 24. The other 2 are number 5, Moonlight Rain, and number 7, Red Hot Katie. Race number 7, Terry, is your best bet of the day. 1 second. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, we got these Russian bots hitting us up with some kind of interesting things in the, I don't know what they're always telling us in the comment section, but another 1 mile race. This one's claiming $18,000. You like number 4 as your top selection. It was my top selection, and I was like me with the 6 horse in the other race.
Yeah,
I was thinking about making this one my best bet, but then I saw it was your best bet, and I didn't want you to think I was copying you.
Oh, okay. So yeah, like I said, I was between those 2 horses. So pretty cool. Well, I like number 4, Bugleberry, because won 2 races in a row, and I like that. And then after
the hat trick to Terry. Speaking of hats, Terry, what do you think about this nice number 11?
I love it. I can't wait for Maine to come. It should be here today or tomorrow. So
when Terry says he can't wait for it to come, he's talking about the horse racing today gear. If you haven't had any, please head on over to horseracingtoday.net. Right over here, you see up in the menu, it says HRT gear. Click on that. It'll take you to our store. Here you can see there's the gray. And let's see if I can find this nice number 11 hat in here somewhere, Terry.
Okay.
Where is this number 11 hat? I don't know where it is. Should be in there somewhere, Terry. I like this number 2 right here too. It
is cool.
That is a nice number 2. So get yourself a nice number 2. You can switch the colors up if you'd like. So there's a lot of flexibility. That looks really nice.
It does.
Indeed. So if you haven't done so yet, please support the show, horseracingtoday.net. Hit on the HRT gear and get yourself an 11 hat if you can find it, because I just didn't. But it's in there, I promise you.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the races. Race number 7, where you're talking about your picks.
Yeah. Well, he won 2 races in a row, and then after an awkward start, he finished.
And which number is this again?
Number 4, Bugleberry. He had in his last start, he had so he's not going for a hat trick here, because he had an awkward start in his last race, finished poorly, and he had went up in class, and now he drops back down in class where he can be competitive. So I think he's going to do well. Number 2, Little Kansas, finished 3rd versus similar in last race and got the highest last race speed rating. Number 6, Maligator, finished in the money 69% of the time at today's distance and 57% of the time at Tampa Bay Downs. And then, Turfway Park, anyway, winning one of those races and earned the highest last speed rating. Number 3, Joyful Heart, likes the track and distance, has several good workouts to compete in today's contest.
I have Bugleberry as my top pick, dropping from a $64,000 purse that he ran for last time to 30 this time. So cutting that number a little bit more than a half. The last 2 times this horse ran at this level, check it off. He won those races. And if you look in the last race, maybe the horse will go up a little bit in odds. I don't know, but it was better than it looks, because the final time at 1 mile was about a second faster than it was in the previous race. Although he won the previous race, but finished 6th in the last race. So if you're just looking at the past performance line, you're like, oh, that was an ugly start. But if you drill down a little bit, it was actually better than the one that he won, which is kind of hard to explain, but that's what happened. Maligator is on the all-weather, Terry, 16 times, 5 wins, 5 seconds, and a third. And at the distance, he's run 13 times, 3 wins, 4 seconds, and 2/3. So this is a horse for the distance and the all-weather course. Little Kansas making its third start off filet off. We expect some improvement on that classic handicapping angle. Showed across the board improvement last time. So in the beginning of the race, the middle of the race, and the end of the race, pace numbers all went up. And that ended up producing the top late pace and early pace combination for this field. And then finally, number one, Percentage. These are like the most dangerous horses in horse racing. They're called the all or nothing horses, Terry.
Yes.
At Turfway Park, ran 4 times, 2 wins. On all weather, 7 times, 3 wins. Nothing else. Also dropping from $64,000 to $30,000. And if you look at the early half of that race last time out, much better fractions and pace numbers for 2 and 4 furlongs. So I hate these all or nothing horses because they tend to be bet because people see the wins.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they do win, sometimes you get low odds. And then if they don't win, you bet a low odd horse that loses a lot more often than it wins. But when they jump up and beat you, that's when you go crazy, because when you go back and look at it, you're like, man, that's one I should have had in there, because it is an all or nothing horse.
That's right.
And then the last race of the day is race number 8, 1 mile, again claiming $5,000, non-winners of 2 lifetime. How are you going to close out the card, Terry?
Well, I'm going to start with number 2, La Crumpsa seed. I can't pronounce that. Anyway.
La Camparista.
Yeah, okay, there you go. You're my official pronouncer. Anyway,
yes, I am the official show pronunciator.
One last race at Turfway Park, and the rail position is winning at an 18% clip. The trainer wins 24% of the time on all weather surfaces. And in the last 14 days, the trainers won 2 out of 3. I originally had number 5 as my second pick, but it's scratched. So I'm going to go with number 3. Upera drops in class today, can improve while returning to a route, has the highest speed rating at today's distance, and her best all-weather speed is fastest among today's starters. And then I like number 7, Tammy Ann. Ran second versus similar in the last race, finished last race speed in the last race, had the highest last race speed rating. And then number 9 was my next pick, got scratched. So I'm going to go with number 10, Machisma. So that's how I'm doing it.
All right. So I don't know what scratched in mine, but I went with La Camparista. I don't like the fact that it won the maiden claiming last time out. I'm not a big fan of that maiden claiming and then the next time out, especially a horse that takes a long time. But horse is making the second start off a claim. It did come from Gulfstream Park, did run decently in its first try across Turfway Park. So I feel like the horse is still a beneficiary of the track drop. But I wouldn't be surprised if the horse didn't win this time out. Is running, despite the fact that he ran for maiden claiming last time out, running for less money this time. Last time he ran for 18. This time he's running for 13. So it's not really a step up. Is it? Maybe. I don't know. But it's one I expect to be close to the front all the way around the track. I had number 10. I didn't have to wait for the scratches, Terry, to put mine in there. All it needs to do is run the same race it ran last time out.
Yeah.
Last time out, it ran about 1 second faster than any other horse in this field did for 1 mile. So if it runs that same race, which was on February the 19th, so a quick turnaround here, it wins. It's that simple. Number 7, Tammy Ann, quick turnaround as well, ran on February the 19th. 3 consecutive speed figure increases. And if you look, there's much better fractions and late pace in the last race. So some nice improvement for Tammy Ann. And then finally, number 3, Europa was a tough call over me for the number 9, but it scratched. So it's no longer a tough call. It's an easy call. The last race was better than it looks on paper because you saw some nice improvement in the first half of the race. And if you look at these horses, it is the absolute definition of Terry's knocking on heaven's door, Bob Dylan. 5 races at Turfway Park, all at the distance, 4 seconds. Actually 6 at Turfway, but 5 of them at the distance, 4 seconds in 5 of those races. So before we head off and do our we'll probably have to do this kind of on the fly here, Terry, for our prime rib pick fours. Let's walk real quick through the scratches, if you don't mind.
Okay. No, I don't mind. So
in race number 1, the 4 is scratched. So I want to have on here. So you have the 4 scratch. So you have 3, 7, then 1. Who's your replacement?
Okay. In race number 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my replacement in race number 1 is number 2.
Number 2.
Jade Zeta. So
All right. So
I
for
I
me,
didn't see that the one was scratched. Oh well.
let me
Okay.
see. It says on here that reason
Number
number
4.
race. Oh, that's race number 2. I'm sorry, wrong one.
Yeah, that's
All
what I
right, so
thought.
I got to look at the right races. Excuse me.
Yeah.
All right, so
So
race number 2, the 4 is scratched. So
yeah.
who are you
So I
going to put
like
in its place?
number 3, Valley Vista.
Valley Vista. So race number 2, the 4 is scratched. That's my top pick. So 2, 6, 5, and then my 4th pick in race number 2 is the 3 as well. All right, so that's going to change the way we go about our hot dog pick 4s and so forth.
Yeah.
Race number. Are there any? See if there's any scratches in this next race. Hold on.
There is number 3, but neither
one
have
of us
it.
have the 3.
Right.
All right. So race number 4, the 2 and the 6 are scratched. So
Yeah.
my best bet got whacked. So 1, 7, 9. Who do you like as your next pick?
I like the 8, Giddy Up Zoe.
Okay, so I'm going to go 9, 1, 2, and then 9, 1, 2. And this is race number 4. 9, 1, 2 to be replaced by the 8 as well. How about that?
All right.
And then, oh crap, wrong number. What's going on here? All right, 8. All right. So, and then race number 5. Do we have any scratches in race number 5?
No.
Race number 5. Okay, so we're clean. So, as far as your hot dog pick 4, Terry, let's just go ahead and make that right here on. So, you're going to do what with your hot dog?
Okay. Let's see here. Before I had 1, 2, 4. So that's 1, 2. I had 1, 3, 4, right?
Oh, hold on. Let me pull them back up again here. Hot dogs brand. Here is your old hot dog pick 4. You had 2, 4, and 1.
Okay.
So you're gonna keep it the same, except just put the 6 in there. Is that what you're gonna do?
No, actually, I made a mistake there. I want the 3 to be in place of the 2.
You want the 3 in place of the 2
Yeah.
in the front.
Let me see here. Yeah, I had. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, the 6 is scratched. So yeah, let me do 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're gonna put 4 horses there.
Yeah.
So okay, you're confusing the living daylights out of me.
Okay.
So you have race number 2.
Yeah.
You have 2, 1, and you had the 6 before. Now you're taking the 6 out.
No, I could leave the 6 in there. I had 6 before.
Yeah, but now you said 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why I'm saying you're confusing the living daylights out of me.
Oh, okay. I don't know how I had the 6 because I don't even have it in my picks here.
So race number 1. All right, 3, 7, 4, 1. No, race number 2.
Yeah.
2, 4, 1, 6. The Brown Delivers was your 4th pick. Here's your notes.
Yeah. I see that. 2, 4, 1, 6. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong freaking race.
Uh-huh.
So that's my fault. So 1, 2, 6 is fine.
1, 2, 6 is fine. All right. So 1, 2, 6 is fine. And then in the next leg, you want to just go 2 again?
Yeah, 8 and 9.
And then 2 again?
The 6 is scratched in the 4th race. So let's do.
So maybe 1, 7, and then
1, 7. Yeah.
All right. And then 5, 8, and 4 in the next leg?
Yeah.
All right. So for me, I'm still going to go 2, 6. I'm going to still go 2 by 3 by 3 by 2. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So I'll just 2. I'm just put this up 2 by 3 by 3 by 2. This is what this is how our early pick 4s will go. So our hot dog pick 4s.
Yes.
It's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right?
Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 6, 9, 8, 1, 7, and 4, 5, 8. Yeah, that's how it goes.
All right. So that's how that goes. So let's now go back and so in race number 5, you have what again? 5, 4. And what was your 3rd pick?
In race
pick,
number
race 5.
Okay, let me get back to my sheet here. Race number 5. My 3rd pick is number.
Now your 4th pick.
4th pick. Well, did we have a scratch in that race?
We did. Hold on a second. I'll just
no scratches there.
5, 8, 4, and 2.
Yeah.
All right. So, how do you want the first leg to go in the prime rib?
2, 4, 5, 8.
All right. And the second leg?
I'm still going to be the same way because Seaward was scratched, which leaves the other entry in there.
So you're going to go 4x4, okay?
Yeah, and
And
Daring
then in
Dan's
race number, you're still going to go 4-2.
yes, 4-2 in the race 7,
Uh-huh.
and then there's going to be a change in race 8. At event. Oh, you know what? Here, I am going to make a change in the race 1 is
Race number
I mean,
5.
5. I'm going to stay with the 258. The race number 6.
And you have the 4, or you're not going to have the 2?
Yeah, 2458 in race 5.
Uh-huh.
Race 6 is going to be the 1256.
Uh-huh.
And then race 7 is going to be the 246.
Uh-huh.
And then race 10 is going to be the 23710.
All right.
Because of the scratches.
Those are the scratches. Okay. So now let me look here. Race number 5, the 5, the 4, and the 8 in race number 5. Do they exist? The 4, 5, 8 in race number 5. I still get to keep those. Race number 6. Race number 6 is no longer a coupled entry. So I still have the 7, the 2, and the 5. No problem. Race number 8, which is the last leg, there is no 5 or 9. So I have no 9 here. But otherwise, all my other horses are fine. And let's see what I'm going to fill into that last spot then for me in race number 8. I'm going to put the 6 in. All right. So this is going to be our late pick 4s, Terry. Our prime rib pick 4s at the end right here. Boom. Sorry for all this craziness, folks, but there you go. Terry's going to go the traditional 4x4x3x4, $96. I'm going 3x3x4x5, and I think that works out to be $90. Yes, 9 times 4 times 5. That's our prime rib pick 4s right here. Boom.
Yep.
All right, Terry. So that is that for today. If you're going to do any betting today over at, I'll just pull up our full picks again. I think our full picks do reflect all the scratches now at the track. Hold on one second. Let me I have to undo everything real quick here so it all fills back in. All right. So these are all of our picks for today. I think they all reflect scratches. Those are accurate for the day at Turfway Park. So take a look at that, screenshot that. If you're going to bet today, oh, there you go. I didn't put it up. So you got to put it up. So there you go. Those are all our bets today at Turfway Park tonight. Scratches included. I'm going to keep I'll keep the 9, my best bet. What the hell? And then to box it up, I'll keep the same. No change for me on that. Yours, I don't think changed at all. Well, the 6 horse did scratch that. No, the 4 was still your best bet. Okay, so you're good to go there. Yeah. And then as far as if you're going to bet today at, let's see, so I'm all discombobulated now. But if today you're going to bet and you want to have some free picks, go over to Guaranteed Tip Sheet today. You'll see if you page down, today's free track is Delta Downs. Click on that. Yesterday, we had our free bets yesterday at Turf Paradise. We had a little bit more than $1,000 in free winners using our top 4 picks, where we had a $99 exacta in race number 2. Again, tonight, we're going to have on jockey Ramon Vasquez at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Check that out at Horse Racing Radar TV. We'll talk about his mounts at the upcoming weekend at Santa Anita, 3 stakes races, and we'll talk about his big win in the Rebel. Any final thoughts before we get out of here on this mixed-up day, Terry?
Well, it was pretty much of a mixed-up day, but that happens with Turfway Park. They always seem to come out with the scratches while we're talking. But if you like what you saw, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, follow YouTube, and then follow us on Twitter at Horse Race 2 Day, and then like us on Facebook at Horse Race 2 Day, and Instagram, same at Horse Race 2 Day. Everybody have a great day and a great week, and look forward to seeing you tonight.
Yes, indeed. We look forward to seeing tonight. Tomorrow, Tom and I will be back at 1 o'clock Eastern time to talk about some Australian racing. So check that out. Again, Saturday, Terry and I will be back to go over. We'll clean up the stakes races at Santa Anita and cover a couple nice ones at Gulfstream Park too. We'll do about 4 or 5 races. That'll start probably around 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock Eastern time, somewhere in that time zone. our Sean will let you know at Horse Race Today on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And of course, if you subscribe while you're here at YouTube and hit the bell, you'll be notified as well. If you like what you saw, tell your friends about us, give us thumbs up, likes, all that kind of good stuff, so that we can move up the algorithms, and Facebook and YouTube will present us to more people. That's
right.
it, Terry, for today. Hopefully all of our picks, provided they don't all scratch by the time we get to Turfway Park, end up in the
winner circle.
Absolutely. Have a fantastic Thursday, folks. We'll see you tonight.